to like give. I want to keep giving. And if somebody wants to purchase something from me after that, then that's cool. You know, that's great. But I'm not really trying. I am an entrepreneur. Who doesn't love to make money? Like, we all love making money. I want to make more money than I did last month. I want to make more money than I did last year. I want to always see everything, you know, going upward.
Right.
But I want to help people change their lives. And that's something I really do take a lot of satisfaction. I don't get any money, obviously, when I go in my Instagram and I answer some questions on like nutrition. And like right now I've been selling people on like a keto style diet and a carnivore diet. And even just some of the things that I do that I feel have helped me be on a really good path. And I'm not trying to attach any like monetization. I do have a book on a ketogenic style diet, but like, I'm not trying to, you know, court you into this thing where you got to like, you know, buy this program, whatever. I just want to give you the information, because I would love for everyone to be able to arm themselves with enough knowledge to be able to keep themselves healthy, keep themselves strong. And there's a lot of lack of knowledge out there. People are like, man, isn't meat going to like make your cholesterol go through the roof? And aren't you going to have heart disease? And aren't, you know, people are confused. And I'd love to, you know, help people be able to understand it a lot easier.
I started eating, so I always ate meat. I love red meat. I love bison, buffalo, cow. And I started eating more meat. And I will say, I tried the carnivore diet. I love carbohydrates. I feel just maybe like, I'm Lebanese. So like I grew up eating rice and breads and like that. But beans in particular are probably my number one source of carbohydrates. Black beans and kidney beans in particular. And I just find that my body just sucks them up, and you know, I don't feel bloated or anything, but I do eat majority of my meals is always a lot of high fat and high protein diet. And then, you know, like vegetables and beans are typically, you know, like the filler.
And I think it's, you know, we're in a weird time, because I think it's absolutely ridiculous and insane. You know, for you to say that you like rice and beans and some of these carbohydrates, it's ridiculous for me to say, no, dude, you can't have those. Like, no, dude, you got to be keto. Like, what are you doing? Like, that doesn't make any sense. If you're feeling good and that's the feedback that your body's giving you. And also too, like, dude, we're talking about like rice, we're talking about potatoes, we're talking about beans, we're talking about like fruits and vegetables. It's obvious that these things are really good for us. So there's no reason. I hate seeing the fighting, you know, like I'm not going to fight with vegan people, because what I'm hoping is that I hope everyone's making a healthier choice than what they were doing beforehand, you know, and I hope that they have the education or they have the knowledge, at least for whatever diet is that they're trying, to do the best they can with it. Even as far as veganism goes, I don't have a problem with it. I have a lot of friends that do vegan diets, and they end up having good results from it. I think as long as you're making sure you're getting in enough like protein and amino acids and stuff, like I don't have a problem with it. And I'm not going to sit here like, what if you just love animals and you don't want to be part of harming animals? And then I'm fine. Like, why am I going to try to push my beliefs so hard on you? All I want is for people to be able to obtain the bodies that they want. And I see so many people are unable to, and that's people that are not in fitness, and that's people that are in fitness. How many people in fitness do you know? How many people do you see when you go to the gym that, like, obviously, like, getting the body you want can be a twisted thing, because you're always going to want more. You're 12% body fat, you want to be 8 or whatever, right? Like, that's always going to happen. That's not the shit I'm talking about. I'm talking about, you see someone go to the gym every day and they're 60 pounds overweight and they don't want to be. They're not happy with that. And it's like, how do we help that person? How do we help that guy? How do we help that girl? Well, maybe turning them onto a vegan diet, maybe that would help. Or maybe they stumble upon a keto diet, or maybe they stumble upon Stan Efferding's vertical diet. Or maybe they just try a bunch of different diets out and they find some kind of happy medium between carnivore, keto, and the vertical diet. So they find something that feels good for them.
Versus what's out there now and what the confusion is. Like, I'll tell you right now, from a hormonal standpoint, I watched the whole thing on that Andrew went through
Sarmageddon.
With Sarmageddon. And so, like, like, I love that you guys are putting out so much information. I wish that, you know, 20 years ago, I could have found you guys, because I found out just 4 years ago that my hormones were all fucked up. I've been on TRT ever since I was 30. And like, I wish steroids were legal. I wish SARMs were legal. I wish you can go to a doctor and get all this information and say, hey, I want to go on a cycle. I want to get this dialed in, blah, blah, blah. And it's still almost, even though it's better now, it's still kind of taboo, right? Where it's just like, oh, you can't. Like, I'm like, dude, I go get my blood work once a month. Like, if I want to boost it up, if I want to get strong, if I want to go on a cycle, I want to be able to do that without having ridicule or, you know, like, I'm like, it's my body and I know what I'm doing and I'm being monitored, this, that, or the other. So I wish there was more information. And so I just appreciate that you guys fucking do this shit. Like, you're really pushing the needle. And it's just awesome, because you have no idea how many kids are so confused. You got 18, 19-year-old kids that are so confused about what to do, what not to do. And, you know, I've got younger siblings, younger brothers and younger cousins, and, you know, they want to do this, they want to do that. And I don't know enough information about it to be able to guide them. And so it's just like, I usually guide them to people that I respect and I admire, and I know that they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But it's just something that needs to be more present. And the fact that you guys are bringing this to the world, and you're really pushing the needle on all of these topics that need to be, you know, communicated. It's just, everybody's asking the questions, but nobody's fucking answering them. You know what I mean? So
there's so many people dealing with anxiety and depression, and there's a lot of people just feeling like unfulfilled.
Now, I've tried Mind Bullet, but I've had a contact with a guy for wholesale for this stuff for 2 years, and so I just get boxes of it. So nothing against
Kratom.
Yeah, Kratom.
Nice.
Yeah.
Kratom is fantastic. Yeah, Mind Bullet is a product of mine that I started about 6 months ago. You can go to mindbullet.com and check more information on it. But yeah, Kratom is fantastic. It can make you feel good. It can put you in a good mood. But what else can put you in a good mood is eating proper foods, having proper nutrition, proper sleep, proper training, and having good relationships. You know, relationships actually is probably at the top of that mountain. Because if you got something shitty going on in a relationship, you got a lot of stress going on in a relationship, it's actually going to be hard to function otherwise. It's actually, a lot of times people go through like a divorce and they can't eat and they can't sleep, right? So relationships is a huge piece of the puzzle when it comes to health. But there's a lot of things that you can really do for yourself that are amazing. Like taking Kratom would be something you would do to yourself, but like things you can do for yourself is like go for a 10-minute walk. You know, these walks can be fantastic, and people kind of like, what's this? They just think I'm like an old guy, you know, hitting up these walks. But man, I did an hour walk this morning. It felt really good. There's never going to be a time where you go on a 10-minute walk and you're going to regret it. You're going to always feel better after you do it. You'll be shocked at a 10-minute walk, especially if you walk kind of briskly and walk maybe a little bit faster than you really want to. It will feel like you just had a cup of coffee when you come back from that walk. I saw a saying one time, and it said, if you're angry or mad or sad and you're just in like a weird funk, they said, go for a walk. And when you're done, if you're still in that funk, walk more. You know, walking is really, really therapeutic, and it doesn't require a lot of your body. So in my opinion, it does almost more for your brain than it does for your body. Yes, it will help you burn some calories and stuff, but I think we're always trying to view fitness as like all this shit it's going to do for like your body. Right. And I'm going to have bigger biceps and bigger traps and bigger chest, and I'm going to, you know, look like a bodybuilder or whatever. But really, I think that fitness and strength training and walking and all these things, they do so much for your mind. And that's the kind of stuff that, I mean, I get endless amounts of DMs. I'm sure a lot of other influencers on Instagram get them as well. But I get so many people telling me the stuff they lifted through. And we kind of have started a campaign here at Slingshot talking about lift through it. And what I love about that is that now puts it back on everybody else. You know, for a long time here at Slingshot, I didn't know any other way to market than to like just show myself using these products, because I'm a strong athlete. And so I was like, let's do it this way, you know. But now with this campaign, I get to flip it back onto the fans and flip it back onto the people and I get to give back to people